Boker Tov, Shavua Tov. Today's breakfast was sponsored by Mr. Albert Elisha, Leilu Ishmat, Yitzchak ben Elisha, Ruach Hashem Tinichenu Begad, and please make brachot Nishmato, Chazak Ubaruch. Continuing now with the Halachot of Chafetz Chaim of Lashon Hara, based off the Chafetz Chaim. We're in the section where we're discussing the Halachot about who one may not speak Lashon Hara about. And we spoke about a spouse, a child, your in-laws, a Torah scholar, an Ama'aretz, a deceased person. Today we'll speak about, number 6 is oneself. Speaking Lashon Hara about yourself. Now there's a famous discussion, we'll talk about it briefly today. The Chafetz Chaim quotes a midrash regarding Yeshaya HaNavi, from which we can infer that one is permitted to speak Lashon Hara about himself. In Yeshaya Perik Vav Halacha Hey, Yeshayahu explains that they said that it was his first prophecy, but he says something along the lines of Ish tmes sfataim ani betoch am tmes sfat I'm a person of they quoted in English here, woe to me, for I have sinned, because I am a man with impure lips, and I dwell amongst the people with impure lips. It's the pasuk in Yeshaya Perik Vav. And Chafetz Chaim quotes the midrash on this pasuk, Rashi and the midrashim, that Yeshayahu's intent was not to speak negatively about Am Yisrael. He was speaking about himself, but because he included them in his speech, he was punished. However, Yeshayahu was not held accountable for what he said about himself. This is what the Chafetz Chaim writes in his book Lashon Hara, where he infers from this midrash that speaking negatively about yourself is not a problem. However, the Chafetz Chaim is also known to have said that one may not speak ill of himself to others. What's the story? There's a famous story that's brought down in the books of Midrashim. It's not brought in the Chafetz Chaim. It's brought in the books of Musar. And I'll say very quick. The Chafetz Chaim was once traveling back to his hometown, Radin, I think, and he was sitting on a train when a Jew next to him was across from him, was telling the Chafetz Chaim, I'm so excited. I'm going to the city of Radin. I want to visit the Chafetz Chaim. He's a huge rabbi, Gadol Ador. I want to get a bracha from him. And he didn't know he was speaking to the Chafetz Chaim. The Chafetz Chaim was sitting across from him, and he said, no, I know that guy personally. I know the rabbi personally. He's not that big of a tzaddik. He's not that special. And this guy hears this, and he jumps even more. He gets even more aggressive. Who are you to talk like this? What are you saying? It's the Chafetz Chaim. He's the Gadol Ador, and so on and so forth. And he kept putting himself, but the guy didn't know it was himself down, and he kept denying, I know him personally, these stories are exaggerated, he's a simple Jew, he davens, nothing more than that. And the guy is getting so agitated and so angry until they finally arrive at the station. It's a famous story. They get to the station, they get off the train, and lo and behold, there's a huge crowd of people waiting to greet the Chafetz Chaim who is sitting across from him. This guy gets so embarrassed, so disgraced. Oh my gosh, I spoke so aggressively to the Chafetz Chaim. How could I have made such a mistake? And he goes up to the rabbi before they depart. He says, Rabbi, please forgive me for speaking negatively about you. And the legend has it, the story says that the Chafetz Chaim thanks this individual, thanks the Jew, and says, thank you, because you taught me, I owe you a debt of gratitude, for now you taught me that I shouldn't speak badly about myself either. That's the famous story brought down in the books of the Musar. Rav Moshe Feinstein and the Ben Ish Chai both bring this story lahalacha, and they hold that it is asur to speak negatively about yourself as well. So for that reason, although the Chafetz Chaim didn't bring it down in his work, many refrain from speaking negatively about themselves also based on this story of the Chafetz Chaim. So it's not in his book, but it's a story that they say about the Chafetz Chaim, and the Rav Moshe Feinstein and the Ben Ish Chai bring it for halacha as well. Now, just to wrap up, some explain that it's only permitted in a case where the listener does not know the speaker is referring to himself, otherwise it would be permitted, as evidenced by Yeshaya HaNavi. This is because the listener does not know the speaker is referring to himself. It would constitute Shem Hashav, a form of negative speech, from which a person is not listening to. In addition, the speaker may be causing the listener to learn from his actions, speak Lashon Hara in other scenarios. So there's a discussion about speaking about yourself. The minhag is not to, based on this story of Chafetz Chaim, as Rav Moshe Feinstein and Ben Ish Chai bring down. Bez Hashem, we should continue to learn halachot. Have a wonderful day. Chazak u'baruch.